Oh boy, it's a new year, guys. Anime podcast, Red Leaf Retrocast. 141 episodes. Tori, Hickey, what are we doing here?
I ask myself that question every time.
Every time, every day. Doesn't need to be on the podcast. I just woke up, look at the ceiling, and say, "Holy shit, what am I doing here? What am I doing in my life?"
I try not to think about that.
I think about that a lot, but my work is kind of doing that anyway.
It makes you question your life and wondering about car accidents.
No, the car accidents is the objective. It's not so much what my life is. Well, my life is leading to that since it is the objective after all.
Oh my god, it's so morbid.
This is how we start the new year.
Yeah. So I got a couple messages over our month-long holiday break here, getting ready for the new year.
Oh, shit.
They were both related to the same question. What anime are we excited to cover in 2023 right out of the gate? And
out of the new ones?
Well, just kind of in general with our list
ones?
and everything, and what haven't we covered. And they threw out these two people. I think they're probably friends because they asked the same question. But essentially it was, are we excited to watch, it was like insert popular anime we haven't covered yet? And then I just kind of look at the list we have preemptively made here. And I'm like, oh, City Hunter 2 Part 6. Yes, that's where we're going.
To be fair, we can absolutely finish City Hunter as well, because now we're getting into the 13 episode stuff. So we can easily finish City Hunter this year.
We could.
All of it. We're going to 2007, 2008?
Mm-hmm.
The 15 year mark.
Yes.
For 2023 is 2008.
Mm-hmm. Good job. You can math.
We can math.
No, I can't. I'm a lawyer.
I'm the engineer. I can math.
At least you managed to go down 15 years. So yes, 2008 to the season. So that wouldn't be winter.
2008. Oh yeah, I can see. There's XXX Holic. That's a nice one. Yeah. That's a nice clamp anime.
I know what I'm looking forward to. I mean, I'm obviously looking forward to Denno Coil because I've been wanting to watch the show for a long time. But I'm looking forward to Shonan Baku Sosoku.
Oh, the
Bomber Bikers of Shonan. Yes. I just want more delinquent anime, honestly. I'm into that.
The first season of Go-Go 13.
I've heard it talked about. Like I said, I watch a lot of Kenny Lauderdale, and he's talked about that. So that was how I was like, yeah,
Kenny
sure.
Lauderdale.
Kenny Lauderdale, yeah, he's a retro YouTuber guy, a retro anime YouTuber.
Oh,
and talks about a lot of 80s stuff and a lot of missing, lost media, lost anime, stuff like that, or just stuff with very little information, and generally other things as well. Just really big on especially the 80s. Sukeban Deka that I also put on the list is also an idea that I got from him, which is it has an anime, but there's also a bunch of other stuff like live action series, and I think it's a fucking stage play as well, and a bunch of stuff.
Check this guy out then.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah,
not familiar with his work.
He's cool. He's really cool. I like his videos as well. Are you guys excited to finally cover some popular animes? Hell yeah, dude! I cannot wait to make those you suffer through fucking Sekirei and Strike Witches. Let's go.
Oh.
We can't just cover the good. We gotta have fun with some of the bad.
There's also Toradora by the end of the year. Can do that for Christmas.
Oh,
I don't know, Hickey.
Yozakura Quartet first season.
I think we've been on such a good streak here with Bakano and then Black Lagoon and Mononoke, and you're bringing up Tori.
Oh no!
I don't know, man.
2008 there's so many good anime, dude, like Chaos had, right?
Chaos Ed. I like Chaos Ed. You know, because it's not a great show, but god damn it, it's
so weird.
It's an interesting watch.
So weird.
Soul Eater. Okay, no, I watched Soul Eater once. I'm good.
We can do Sonic Night of the Werehog in 3D. That's actually an animation published by Sega.
No.
Yes, I've heard about that one. What? You don't want to do Sonic?
I've played Sonic the Werehog. I don't need to watch an anime of it.
But it would be related to your other podcast as well. It could be a crossover episode.
No, I don't want to.
Please, just not over Sonic.
Can't we do, I don't know, like, what would be an example? Can we do, like, the Street Fighter anime or Tekken or something terrible? That way we get a laugh out of it?
I mean, sure, we can do those. I'm not against it. I think I watched, like, one Tekken movie, I think, or was it Street Fighter? I don't remember.
I watched that Tekken
it was not very good.
thing on Netflix last year, and that was an atrocity.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think I was thinking of Sakura Wars. That was popping into my head there. Interesting.
Sure.
Interesting series, yeah. Maybe we'll do Sakura Wars. I still got to list out my plan to watch here for the podcast, but on this podcast today, we're doing Fall Review 2022.
Yay!
I know, Tori, you
anime.
watched so much of the anime, especially
I watched
with a month
so
off.
much anime. Dude, I watched so many shows from Fall, but there's just one big problem, right?
Uh-huh.
My memory is terrible, so I forgot all about them.
Of course.
Man,
It's
don't
not
you
that I
hate it when
didn't
that
watch
happens?
anything. Yeah, it's not that I didn't watch anything. I just forgot about all the shows that I watched. Yes, and I forgot to update my mail as well. So that's why there's nothing there.
You can't possibly remember everything. It's
No,
that's
nah.
Yeah.
So
well, luckily
looks like
I
we're just
have.
skip Fall.
Yeah, luckily I have at least 50% memory, and I watched quite a few shows actually from winter or
Same.
fall
I
2022.
still need to finish 2 shows. I need to finish Mob Cycle and Optim Epic, but I'll do them in due time.
And then after we struggle to remember all these shows we watched, we will do a nice little rundown. Not sure how long we'll talk about it, but City Hunter podcasting.
City Hunter.
CTE Hunter.
CT2, as one of us here likes to call it.
Yeah, CT2.
We're doing the second half of the sequel, episodes 27 through 63. So it was an endeavor getting that done over the last month, and I ended up binge watching this in like a couple days because I got violently ill at the start of the year. So that was pretty easy for me to accomplish.
Hey!
But let's see how much I remember over the past 3 weeks.
I also got ill over the start of New Year, although technically I got food poisoning, which I haven't had in years. But that was fucking fun. I woke up in the middle of the night and I was just like, oh, my stomach is feeling awful. And I just suddenly, it came out literally every way. From behind, from the front. And I was just, oh God, I'm dying.
That definitely sounds like food poisoning. You can tell when someone lies that they had food poisoning. They're like, oh yeah, I was just throwing up all night. And I was like, and? You don't kind of forget the other way it goes.
Yeah, no, it came everywhere at once.
I had alcohol poisoning. Drank too much.
Shocking. Shocking. I'm very surprised.
I don't buy it.
And then my father stole my beer, and I got really upset.
He did you a favor. You know it.
He did not.
My father drank my beer on a Thursday. I was going to drink that beer on a Thursday.
Such a sad moment.
All right, so I'm looking over my list here, and I have 5 shows to discuss because all the rest are 2 core shows continuing this season. So shows like My Hero Academia, 6th season, Blue Lock, and the like. I guess we'll review after this season, this winter. Or at least give thoughts. Yeah, Blue Lock is still going on, even though the World Cup's over. So, what's the point, right?
Yeah, no, man.
For the
It's over.
next
We all know
World Cup.
that.
Let's go.
Blue Lock should just show up once every fucking World Cup.
But I guess you know what? We'll start with a heavy hitter. 1.1 million people watched this on Mal. Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw
Yay.
Man.
I did
Really
finish
nice
the show.
opening. Kickback.
Good opening, yes.
Good opening.
8.68 rating on Mal. It's actually not the highest, which I thought was
no, because
interesting.
that's Bocchi the Rock. I'm pretty sure.
A lot of people seem to like that show, and I did not watch it. Did you, Hickey?
I did. It is a good show. For a few reasons other than the story. The story is not really that good, but
isn't it based on like a 4-com or something like that?
It is, but they gave a lot of freedom for the animators and the story writers and the music writers.
No, but that's just what I mean. That's just what I mean when you said the story. It's not like it's like, yeah, but I mean it's based on a 4-coma.
Well, but
the story isn't the most.
But even the story, like it's like, it's the social recluse. She didn't have any friends, so she started playing the guitar when she was a kid because she thought she would
just
be cool.
like me, for real.
She would be cool if she played the guitar and she would have friends. So she wasted all of her time in like middle school playing the guitar alone, and she became really good at it. But that's just because she doesn't have any friends. Going into high school, starting a band.
Does she at least have parents?
She has.
Okay, all right. Whew.
For now.
For now.
For now.
That's the sequel, Bocchi the Rock, Orphanage.
So like how they kind of portray the social anxiety through different types of animation is always like, or even stop motion sometimes. It's really, really cool. Some nice anime, old 80s anime references throw here and there. Even Nadia there's a little Nadia reference in the middle thrown. The music's also very good. The lyrics are old Japanese punk style of lyrics. Something you don't see it nowadays, like Asian Kung Fu generation, like early 2000s Asian Kung Fu generation type of songs. So like kind of late Japanese punk rock. And also the direction of Bocchi the Rock is very good in the music segments. One, it's mostly animated. They don't use 3D models, something that helps.
Oh.
But the band communication is also there. When they start, they're just looking down and playing the instruments. By the end of the show, they're like looking at each other and kind of supporting each other, nodding and communicating, not verbally, communicating through gesture in a band sense, which is something you see in bands. So they kind of capture that and really put it on the focus of the anime. It's a bunch of little things that mixed together created a really good show, in my opinion. I think it's fun to watch. I don't think you'll like JD.
Okay.
But
not for me.
If you're interested, like in animation and kind of like how creative some people can get with a little bit of freedom and interest to the story, it definitely is a fine watch.
It sounds like a show I'd give like a couple episodes and I'd recognize a lot of these positives and then just go, not for me.
Yeah, it's kind of like, at least when I was watching, it was kind of like the same type of feeling of Ginga Nagare Boshigin. While Ginga Nagare Boshigin is like, oh boy, I cannot wait for what the fuck retarded shit they're gonna do the next episode. With Bocchi the Rock's like, I cannot wait to see what kind of animation or animation technique or even media they will use to portray a situation of social anxiety, as well how the music and band interaction will be portrayed. If they're going to use full 2D, full 3D, it's mostly like the novelty of, I cannot wait to see what the animators and director cooked up for the episode. Not so much the story. Bocchi being a nice character and actually growing a lot, with like, accepting she needs to work, accepting, you know, she cannot just stay at home, and she has like those disillusions of I'm gonna die alone inside of my room and no one cares about me, so they're just gonna find my corpse 2 years later or some kind of shit. Sometimes she goes on those black holes, but how they portray those sentiments is what kind of pulled people in, and the music really helps. Remembers me a lot of Asian Kung Fu Generation, which is one of my favorite Japanese bands.
Cool.
And then
Tori, does this sound like something you'd be
absolutely
interested in?
curb stomped Chainsaw Man as well. So
It definitely came out of nowhere. I mean, like, yes, it sounds interesting, but like at the same time, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I'd be interested in watching, but like, it's full 24 minutes per episode, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But you can go on, if you're not very interested in those kind of stories, you can go on YouTube, search for the music presentations, and like the compilation of the kind of like the social and excited fallouts.
No, I know. I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of those already.
And that's basically what is pulling people. In my opinion, I like this story. I like those kind of stories. I like the writer, the author. Because she also did Hitori Bocchi no Maru Seikatsu, I think that's the name, and I really like that show. But if you're not interested in those kind of stories, if you've seen the music and if you've seen the animation flares, you've seen pretty much it.
Mm.
Okay. Let's talk about Chainsaw
8 out of
Man.
10. Really
8 out of 10. Okay. I
Yeah.
don't know why I was getting like a 7 feeling out of you on that one.
Probably because like I was actually waiting every single week to watch a new episode.
Good. I
It
only
wasn't stuff
had
like, I'm just gonna wait to binge it. I'm on vacations. It doesn't matter. It's like, no,
Right.
every single day when released it, I would watch it.
Okay. So here's my very simplistic thoughts over Chainsaw Man, because we've kind of talked about it briefly off and on over the past few months. Honestly, I didn't like this show. I think the fighting and whatnot and the wildness was an appeal to it. That's, I think, where its strength lies. But as like characters and kind of where the story's going and just the main character himself being dumb as fucking rocks, I'm not into it. I really didn't care for the show much at all. I don't really like where it's heading towards. I don't get it. I want a 6 out of 10. It's something I don't understand why it's so popular.
Dun, dun, dun. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I've said multiple times I don't really like Chainsaw Man. At least the first part. It's not like my cup of tea. Yeah, it's one of the problems. A lot of characters are just really disposable.
Yeah.
So you don't really get attached to anyone. Denji, he's a good character for what he is. He was always treated as like he was never treated as a human being to begin with. And his whole story is like, I want to do whatever the fuck I can because now I can do it. Fuck it. He's not so much a very good main character. It's established he's kind of a demon now. He doesn't really care to humans. He doesn't really care about his friends and whatnot. He's not really sad and don't really get affected by anyone dying or any other kind of traumatic experience. So you don't really get invested since you've seen everything through his eyes, very disconnected from a proper human sympathy point of view. And then, everyone kind of do dumb shit and they're like, oh, I'm gonna die anyway, so whatever the fuck, I'm gonna sell my soul again. Doesn't matter. the CG where they went lengths to say, "Oh, we treated everyone right. We spent 17 years producing the show, and here's all the animators saying we respect them as human beings, something that they don't do in Chainsaw Man. Here's 3 years worth of production videos of people working on it, and little teasers we did throughout 2 years." Yeah. Yeah, they started cutting corners on like episode 6.
Yeah, I
I was
noticed.
like, oh. Yeah, and I was like, that was like, dude. Meanwhile, like you have Mob, which is doing well, and then Bocchi the Rock, which sometimes have even better animation than Chainsaw Man. So I gave it a 7. I liked it more in animated form than I liked in manga. So yeah, that's it. I think it's worth watching it and waiting for the second season, because I think the second part of the first part of the manga is better than this beginning. A lot of people will watch anyway, so just go on the bandwagon if you have something to talk with your friends. Personally, I just don't find it a interesting story.
Yeah, neither do I, and I won't be continuing.
Well, the
that show.
the story is good, but the characters and setup to the story is not really.
I don't know, everything we got with the whole gun demon and this like hidden manipulation of like world domination. I'm like, I don't know, man. this guy. There's and then there's also way too many scenes of like my baffling watching experience of seeing this dude just wake up, have breakfast, go out, get the paper, light a cigarette, and then he sits there. I'm like, why did we spend like 4 minutes doing this?
Stuff he never got to do.
No, this is like a different character.
No, yeah, it's the other guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, no, I get that.
Aki.
I watched I've read a bit of the manga and I watched a little bit of the anime as well. I'm definitely finishing it. I'm definitely one of those people that like Chainsaw Man. I agree. I don't understand why it's as popular as it is. It's like, but I mean, I guess I also said that about Jujutsu Kaisen. I did not understand the appeal of that show at all.
Well, that one I totally understand. It is like shonen trash to the nth degree.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it screams
but like, at least
trope popularity, right?
it invests you in the characters. It lets you know the characters. You have something to, cheer for the characters. Denji doesn't have a goal, but it's okay. He doesn't need you. He's that kind of
he has
character.
goals. It's like
He
kissing women.
has goals. It's just extremely
touching boobs.
simplistic.
Yeah.
And it's great. I think he's
he
a
gets all
great
sad.
character. I
He
don't think he's a great main
someone
character,
pukes
but
in his mouth. There's weird shit like that. It's
Yeah,
that is the,
but that's
the best out of the anime. That was the best fucking scene. He's having a flashback of him eating trash, and it's like, oh, look at that fucking rat eating someone's puke. I'll never do that. And I have this sweet and nice trash, and then
sweet and nice trash. Yes. No, but I mean, like,
him like fucking vomiting. I was like, oh, that scene was fun.
That's what I like about Denji, just because it's like the thing where he is, the thing that makes him different from a lot of other characters is the fact that, like, yes, he doesn't have any lofty goals or anything like that, but given his backstory, it also makes sense. Like you talked about how it's like, stuff doesn't really bother him that much, like murder, things like that, people dying, like, okay, he doesn't really have much of a reaction to it. But yeah, he's been around that shit since he was a kid. Like, none of this is news to him. This is his everyday life. His goal is essentially to be as normal as possible, to have like the tiny victories in life, like small happiness. Waking up and having a meal, like a hot meal for breakfast, or anything really for breakfast, I guess. Oh shit, dude, I can buy this and not sell my kidney for it, dude. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I think he's a good character. I just don't think he's a good main character.
Yeah, I can. I think
Aki would be a better main character, honestly.
I'll see what I say when I've actually watched the entirety of it. But yeah, no, I like Demon Slayer. No, I like Chainsaw Man. Well, I do like Demon Slayer too, but that's a different show. I do like Demon Slayer too, but for different reasons.
Yeah. Oh, it was like 2 months ago. We were called a hipster podcast, and I was like, "Dude, we do retro anime. Like, of course we are."
You are a hipster podcast. Nah.
No, I just have the soul of a 60-year-old.
Yep. Hell yeah, dude.
You're just bitter old men.
I'm just a...
You are such a hipster podcast because you only talk about old stuff. Oh, yes. Shame on me for talking about shit that I enjoy. How dare I?
Yeah.
How dare I not go on the bandwagon and do what everyone else does? Hey, guys. Seasonal anime. What's the greatest new thing this season?
I watched every single anime of this season. Here's what I want to tell you.
I watched every single anime this season so that you don't have to. 80% of it
is fucking trash.
What do you mean? 80% of it is great. Everything is good now. That's what every seasonal review is now. Nowadays, it's just like, oh, I watched that show. It was great. Oh, I watched that show. Oh, it was good. Oh, I watched that show. I loved it. I think this is going to be a new sleeper. Oh, I think this one is great. People are going to love it.
You slap a fucking sponsored by Crunchyroll on that. And,
I do have a couple shows from this winter season that I'm like weirdly heavily into. And I look forward to I look forward to kind of talking about those. I guess in the next podcast episode, since we'll need a topic, so we'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spy Family Part 2. Did you watch Spy Family Part 1?
Yes.
Did you enjoy Spy Family Part 1?
I enjoy Spy Family Part 1.
Well, you will be happy to know Spy Family Part 2 is exactly the same with less plot advancement.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
To the original creator, the spies.
So, if you are into Spy Family, I think you'll enjoy Part 2, but maybe a little less because you're not getting quite as much substance as the first one did. So, I went 8 out of 10.
Oh, only 8 out of 10.
Only 8 out of 10. I really hated it, yeah.
Man. That's not even a good score. That's like terrible by Mal standards.
I mean, I gave Chainsaw Man a 6, so maybe I'll go
Jesus
lower.
Christ. Jesus Christ. I didn't know you hated the people that made it so much.
Is that what that means?
I guess so.
My personal vendetta against the creators I've never met or heard of.
Hell yeah. Well, why though? Because I gave the show a 6.
Studio Mappa, fuck you. 6 out of 10.
Oh man, I'm sure they're shaking.
Yeah. One animator wakes up and the next morning, looks at a Mal review. Oh my god. Life. It's just like Tenji.
Sadly, I can see someone doing that. They're just going through online reviews and be, people love the stuff I worked on. Then they find one negative commenter that's like, no, it can't be.
This coffee tastes even more bitter now. Okay, yeah. Mob Psycho 100 Season 3. I did enjoy the show immensely. I thought...
Cancelled.
Who's canceled, me or
you?
Oh, I'm
canceled.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, just because of the way you said that. I did enjoy the show immensely, and there JD got canceled.
Oh, what? This joke's over my head. Okay, the first half, when it was focused around the like broccoli cult that was going on, and ending with the big dimple fight. I thought that was a hell of a first half of a season. And in the second half, it focused on Mob's inner struggle with wanting to talk to the girl that he grew up with. She's moving away kind of situation, or at least transferring schools. And it's all this big lead up to him kind of confessing his feelings to her. And I was like, okay, this is nice and all. And it kind of really feels like the show isn't coming back, and I think it's finished, isn't it? Like, this was it?
It is. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
That's the last season.
Yeah, that's kind of disappointing because I felt like that second half was a letdown. Kind of not what I wanted from, because it doesn't feel like Mob Psycho is done, like, at all. It just felt like this one part of Mob's character came to fruition, and how we got there. I think it did feel a bit rushed with it all, where he literally just gets hit by a truck, and then he has the inner struggle of him walking to go to confess to her. And there's big fights, but it's so one-sided. You get some emotional kind of confessions to Mob throughout all his friends over the years. It just didn't feel like a proper finish to a show I really enjoyed. So if I was to kind of say that, break it up into two scores, it'd be like, all right, the first half I'm like 8 or 9, and then the second half I'm like 6 or 7. So maybe even a little lower. I was in a weird place where I was satisfied with, they wrapped up the Mob character a little bit, at least getting like in a progression sense, but I didn't really care for how they got there, like, really at all. But it's animation. It's still very much a Studio Bones. I thought Studio Bones did very well with how they were able to make the anime. So maybe I'm a little harsh with a 7 out of 10 with Mob Psycho 100, but I was kind of hoping it'd be like a top 10 anime of the year, and I think it's just going to fall out of that for me.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, the manga was ended, or one ended the manga as well, simply because he wanted to focus on One Punch Man as well. So I'm pretty sure that's why it became like that. It was like, just kind of like, let's just wrap it up here, and then I'll focus on that other immensely popular thing I'm doing, you know?
Yeah. Hopefully, like, years and years and years from now, it can get picked back up and finds more interesting things to go about. Because that first half with the broccoli cult, and I was like, this is really rad. Like, it had a very complete story. It was interesting. The fight scenes were just incredible. I really enjoyed watching that. I thought Mob continued his kind of emotional struggle with not wanting to admit his psychic powers, or at least deny them. That was all just really good. It's some of the best stuff from Mob Psycho that I've seen. Just that second half, man. I was like, just not that into it.
Just give me my Reagan spinoff already.
Oh, that'd be good. That would be great, actually.
There you could talk about a character that could easily be the main character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reagan did make so much of what Mob Psycho was. Jeez. Whose tea kettle's going off in the back there? Anybody?
Definitely on Hickey's end.
Definitely on Hickey's end.
Most probably.
We got people yelling politics outside his home, and tea kettles going off.
Just another day.
So, who else watched Mob Psycho, or did you kind of put it off for now?
I am going to finish it at some point.
Yep, I'm gonna binge
Like
it
episode 4
when I
though.
have time.
Alrighty, and I guess
At least now I know what to expect.
Yeah, I'd be curious to your thoughts, Hickey, about if you feel the same way about how it ended, or is it just kind of is it a sense of exception that it ended?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it's strange to describe. Akiba Maid Wars. I ended up dropping it with like 2 episodes left. I was like, I've seen enough. I get the jokes.
What? No, dude, if you missed the best ending, dude. What?
What'd I miss?
What? You missed. I cannot spoil it. But I gotta
finish it, Hickey. You're saying I have to finish it?
You got it. Yes, you need to finish. Those 2 last episodes were just holy shit, heartbreaking.
What a JD moment. I dropped it with 2 episodes left.
Dude,
that's one of the classic JD moments. The other one is, I'm gonna watch season 3 of this show. Oh, did you watch the first 2 seasons? Nah.
This season is trash. I'm not that, well, it explained the second season. Like, I didn't watch that. Fuck, JD. The problem is you then, not the fucking anime.
You can't expect me to watch 2 previous seasons. Come on now.
Yeah, the ending of I keep amazed made worse. It's such a dumb anime. It's such a retarded anime, but it's so good. I don't understand why. Maybe because I like Yakuza stories. Maybe because I like the Yakuza game. And the ending is hard. It's a bittersweet ending, I would say. But it's definitely worth watching, 100%.
All right, I'll finish it.
The jokes, yes, the jokes are kind of
repetitive.
It's kind of repetitive, yes, but by episode 8 onwards, it starts to lean heavily towards a more mature and normal Yakuza story with the sister bond and how they went to war with another side and they cannot be together and that being framed as a traitor, getting killed and whatnot. Then main character goes full Kiryu Kazuma and goes, I'm not gonna kill anyone. I'm gonna be a Yakuza, but I'm not gonna kill anyone kind of scenario. Which leads up to the last episode. And the last episode is just the animation quality is also very good on the show.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It doesn't really have any drops and kind of impressive for PA works. But
that does make sense.
It's definitely worth finishing those 2 last episodes, I'd say.
All right, you convinced me.
Yeah. Please, you did 2 episodes, and then you can tell me what you think about it. I end up giving it an 8. I really like the ending. I really, really, really enjoyed the ending. I wasn't expecting that ending, but I'm not complaining. I thought it would be a more normal ending than the one they had.
A normal ending with Akiba Maid Wars? Come on.
Yeah. Then I realized the show was actually in the 80s the whole time.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that before. I realized that in the last episode. After, there was the actual ending, and then there's the epilogue, and the epilogue is like, oh, that show was in the 80s because they're talking, oh, there's a maid, like a 40-year-old maid that we're going to see, and it's the same 3 guys. We all see them on the cafe. And it's them we're in this 50s, and it's like, oh yeah, we're going to see this 40-year-old maid, and she's great. And I was like, oh, dude. It's a bittersweet ending. Definitely a Yakuza story ending. And I was impressed of how good of a Yakuza story this is. So I definitely recommend the show and definitely watch it to the end. It's kind of wacky with some of the jokes and whatnot, with people dying left and right. I think when you got to it, what is it? It was the baseball match?
Yeah, that was the last one I watched.
Yeah, and it's like, no. This person's not dead. We cannot cancel this game. Just okay. No, they're just joking. No one died, and just put the fucking corpse on the bench and keep playing baseball. Yeah, right after that episode, it's definitely when it's the conclusion of the story. Things go hard, and then I cannot recommend the show at all. It's such a wacky, dumbass, retarded Yakuza story, but goddamn, it works so well.
And then the last one I completed was the continuation of Bleach, the 1,000-Year War, Blood War situation. It was only 13 episodes. I haven't looked up any sort of announcements if they're going to continue it. I assume they are.
It is. There's going to be, I think it's 3, might be 4 seasons.
Okay. That's promising.
So it might be 3 or 4 parts.
Because I am
the second one is coming on July 2023, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because I am way into this new iteration of Bleach. It feels darker. It feels more like they really focused a lot on action and progression of the characters reaching another level. It all kind of makes sense in the universe. It's the Kenpachi little saga near the end there was super satisfying. It really had a lot to do with Ichigo's true origin story, which I really appreciated. It all made sense and combined assets that really got me questioning kind of the world of Bleach and how all these characters are actually interacted with each other. Similar to, it actually had a similar kind of emotional exception with Ichigo that Mob had in Mob Psycho 3 or Mob Psycho 100. I was about to say 300. Because they both had to essentially accept their inner, like, other part of themselves that they've been denying all these time. And in Ichigo's sense, he didn't quite know what the actuality was, while Mob knew his actuality, but he was denying it. So two different similar cases, if I could word it that way. What was it lacking? I mean, it's Bleach. It's always going to be kind of goofy at the same time, where they go
jump attacks.
Excuse me?
Jump attack. I was joking. Like, one of my friends is rewatching Bleach.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, like, I like Bleach. I think the story is great. And it's always like this intertwined story that after 200 chapters, you're like, oh, they're talking about that thing that happened on chapter 2. I see. And like all the drop mechanics in favor of that kind of more nice, knitted story. But I was like, yeah, I just don't like the action, because the action is always jump, attack. Ichigo has a one attack. Ichigo just jump, attack.
Well, the good news is, like, now that it's made in 2022, it is way better. It's way better animated, and the colors are vibrant. There's blood everywhere. I was like, this is cool.
Yeah, a week after I said that, he came to me and said, "Man, I hate you." I was watching Bleach, and I noticed that every single attack is just jump attack, and I cannot watch it anymore. So he dropped the show. I think he came back to it, but I was like, "I'm not watching anymore. You freaking spoiled this thing for me."
I also went 8 out of 10. It has a 9.11 on Mal, so Bleach fans are really into it.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
I love it. It's funny because when the manga finished, not a lot of people liked this arc.
Really?
Yeah, it was heavily criticized. I remember that.
What for? Do you recall?
I ignored it.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you, because like whenever something ends, I just decide, or when something is very popular, I just decide to not watch or not read. Give it a couple of years and then watch it. And
that way, your opinion
retrospectively, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Understanding why people were complaining and what made them sad or whatever the fuck. So I remember people not liking it. I don't remember the arguments, but it was kind of like how the show was done, what they decided to do with the characters and whatnot. I finished the manga before the anime started. This 1,000-Year Blood War started. Okay. I understand why people would be upset. I also don't agree with some things they did. Not for this first part. It's going to be kind of... It will be more prominent in the second and third part. But it's basically like, it's a mishmash of a bunch of characters. They just resurrect a bunch of people. Or a lot of people that went missing just come back and like, oh yes, the world is ending, I'm gonna help now. And they just spawn. And two characters would never interact with each other, just appear at the same time as buddies. And it's like, what? And it feels like for the sake of fan service. So I understand what people kind of...
I guess we'll get to that part, because we didn't really get any of that in these 13 episodes.
Yes. So I understand why when it came out, people were kind of annoyed. by it. And I was mildly annoyed. It feels like something, again, a producer said to Tide Kolo to do, right? The story's ending, just grab everyone who, like, the favorite characters, the ones who we cannot prove they died, and just throw them into the story somehow.
Yeah, maybe that's not the best
But
idea.
I don't think it's enough to make it a bad ending. I think the ending is good. People hating the ending, but the ending was good. How they came to the ending, yeah, I can argue it wasn't the best, but I still quite enjoy the ending of it all.
Okay.
Anyway, I watched also Witch from Mercury, Gundam.
You watched a Gundam show?
I watched the Gundam show. Yes, I watch Gundam shows. I watch more than Gundam shows.
Only 88,000 people on Mal, 7.94. Ah, so people just hate this show.
That show went from a fun school story to genocide really fast.
Well, that is
Sounds
Gundam.
all right.
Yeah, I was like, man, a Gundam on a school setting. So you're not gonna get anything fucked up. Maybe some bullying. It's like, holy fuck, dude. That shit, that last scene was goddamn. There was fucking fratricide. Holy shit, dude. There was multiple fratricides in 2 episodes. Everyone just decided to kill their parents. Fuck it. I was like, holy god. Those school kids are not joking around. Holy fuck. But it was fun. I cannot wait for the second quarter. It's going to be an interesting genocide field Gundam again.
What makes
Another
a
one.
good anime for Hickey? Genocide.
No, Gundam needs to have the genocide.
When'd you end up giving it?
I gave it an 8.
Huh?
8. I think it was really good. The animation is also very good.
Let's see. Made by
Not a lot of
Sunrise, it is
CG.
Gundam.
Not a lot of it's Bandai Animation,
Yeah.
Picture Animations now the name of the thing. It's not Sunrise. Sunrise is dead. It's a Bandai anime.
Yeah.
Bandai Namco Filmworks. Studio Bandai. It's Studio Sunrise, but don't be fooled. Sunrise doesn't exist anymore. The animation was really good. I really liked the animation in the show. It was extremely fluid.
Have you guys noticed the drop off Yoamushi Pedal has taken in the anime fandom?
No.
I've never watched a Yoamushi Pedal.
So the first
Excellent.
couple seasons were, at least I recall them being immensely popular and people were into it in the racing. Now I've been watching Limit Break. That's the latest season, and just there's just no buzz. It only has 19,000 people on Mal watching it. There's no talk about it, and honestly, I kind of get it because I'm watching this latest season. I go, well, I mean, they waited so long in between the previous one to come out with this one. I know probably the pandemic had a lot to do with that, but it's really getting away from kind of what made Yo Pedal likable in the first place compared to what it's doing now.
They're trying too hard.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, kind of.
I mean, also you have
I've been thinking about
came
dropping
out.
it actually. Because
Good.
It's gonna be 25 episodes. I'm halfway through, and I'm just I don't know.
No, JD, here's what you do, right?
Okay.
You watch all of it except for the final 2 episodes, and then you drop it.
Yeah.
Why is this such a bad move for you, Tori?
I'm just saying, it's just that would be on brand.
I mean, I could do it now.
Yeah. Okay.
I could just do it now.
Yeah. Do it.
Maybe I will.
Just end the podcast right now and then go and do it.
Hold on, I gotta go click cancel on the show. Tori, anything?
Yes.
You got anything for us?
I guess about fall 2022?
Yeah.
Anything?
I watched a couple of episodes of stuff, and
The memory
I
just
was
went
like-
away.
the memory just went. No, but like it's true. I have watched a couple episodes, but like all in all, I've been struggling to get into seasonal anime lately.
Lately,
That's
it's
been
that's
pretty-
been going on all the last couple of years.
Yeah, I forgot. I call that lately. So it's like I watched 1 or 2 episodes, but like over the last like half a year to a year, I've barely been watching anything. And it's like I start some stuff and then I don't really continue it. It's just I don't know. Watching shows for the podcast is kind of all I have to, all I really care to have time for, and then everything after that, I'll be like, that sounds interesting, and it's just I can't get excited for it. So nah. It's just it doesn't really matter what it is at the moment. I'm just not into
Did you start
the
Lupin Zero?
modern anime. No, I never did. I didn't even finish Lupin Part 6. It's just
But you love Lupin.
yeah, no. I do. I really do want to watch it, but it's just, I don't know. Every time like because I'm the sort of guy who watches anime before he goes to sleep, right? Especially
Sure,
seasonal anime. But nowadays I just go to sleep and I'm just like, I can watch a couple episodes and now I'm tired. I'm gonna go to sleep. At like 3 a.m. of course.
Yeah.
Yes. I need to watch the Slam Dunk movie.
I need to watch Lupin Zero.
Oh, yeah, that too.
I totally forgot that came out.
Yeah, same.
But Lupin Zero?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's still coming out.
Is it?
It is. I think it's like 6 OVAs. There's like 4 out.
Oh,
Something like that.
Do we just wait until the last 2 are out?
It shouldn't be still coming out. It says it's done.
No, never mind then.
Never mind. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to watch Akiba Maid Wars. Hickey, I might have to just watch Lupin Zero. With its 1,200
yes.
users
Yeah.
that have seen it.
Just gonna miss out.
I will never have
I
time to watch Akiba Maid's War because I'm going to be watching 6 episodes.
Yeah, just don't have the time. Let me tell you. All right. Well, with that, I guess we will move on to our CT2 review.
DT2. Woo.
Here comes the drop.
Yeah.
All right. Time for Mokuri.
Okay, I'm gone. Bye.
No, come on, Hickey. Tori, let's get some Mokuri going. Let's go. Come on.
Sorry, G.
No.
I only work for nice woman.
Ah,
Nice looking woman. It's my policy.
it's your polis, not
policy.
policy. Polis.
No. It's my policy.
Okay, so for those that don't know, City Hunter 2 is obviously the continuation of City Hunter, where we follow
No way.
Ryo Saiba. He is a gun for hire, more or less. Can do a slew of jobs. He's a badass, but he's also an absolute pervert. He has a hot assistant he calls unattractive, more like a man. And City Hunter 2, I guess, focuses on their budding relationship of them admitting that they are into each other, but there's a lot of 2-3-parters throughout this half of 27 episode 27 through 63 of a lot of young women coming into Ryo Saiba's life. And when I say young, I mean like young, like teenagers. And it got a little uncomfortable for me. At times.
It's okay. They all say they would wait until they turned 18.
Yeah, I think there was. Let's see. There was definitely a 17-year-old. There was a 19-year-old with. I might be mixing episodes up, but a 19-year-old with a harem, sort of going on. There was a 12-year-old, I think, at one point.
Yes.
Am I missing anyone else?
The 19-year-old.
Mentioned her.
No, but the 19-year-old. Jesus Christ, the 19-year-old widow.
Right. Yep.
Who technically didn't get into Diol's life, but still.
No.
I think that's it.
I think that's it. Actually, maybe I'm over exaggerating, but I mean, when you do 25 episodes and like, I think it comes out to like half are these like underage women by Japan standards, even. Kind of weird, guys.
Nah, Hideo doesn't care.
Well,
He
he certainly does not care.
Nah, he doesn't want them. He's like, you're just a kid. Just get out of my sight.
At least that's He's like, oh, not 18. Get out of here.
Come back when you're 18 or older. See you in 10 years.
Yeah, he at least sticks to that in regards to his his pervertness. He's like, I'm not breaking it. Yeah, he's not going to break any laws, but goddamn, as soon as that's legal.
It's like Cody said, man. Like, yes, he's a pervert, and yes, he does a lot of weird shit, but at least he would never make any weird excuses for it. He usually admits to it, which is technically not true. I don't know why she said that, but yes, he is an honest pervert, kinda.
Most time. I know he was called a lolicon a lot of times in like after episode 27. Like,
well, yeah,
constantly,
because girls keep showing up and being interested. It's just like, why is this guy? Why is it that every underage girl is just like, this guy's kind of attractive, and every woman his age is just like, nah,
not into it. It's not until they flirt with death and then he saves them. It's like, oh, so that's the secret.
And I flirt with death, and it's like, wow, that guy's kind of cool. Anyways, I'm moving away from Japan forever.
Yeah, that always ends up happening with these women that come into his life. It's like, yeah, we would be together, but you're never going to see me again.
We will be together, but I am literally moving to the other side of the world, and I am coming back in roughly 93 years, give or take.
Right.
So many weird royalties just basically
showing up. Yep.
It's another.
And then there's always just like, anyways, so this is yours. You should stay with him.
Yeah. They never give a reason to why. She was like, how they coming here? It's like, for what?
To visit
They don't
Japan.
go to meetings. They don't do anything. You just go to Japan.
That's what does.
Yeah.
That's what does.
We got a couple good little Christmas episodes on this, so very timely. Let's see. So these half of the episodes, they came out essentially through the first half, the latter half of 1989 and the latter half of 1988 and the first half of 1989. I didn't get I don't know why I was paying attention to this, but I didn't get the sense of like a technology in the City Hunter universe, like a evolution of technology there.
Well, yeah. I mean, there isn't a lot to evolve from. The first season, is 87 to 88. Second season is 88 to 89.
It came out in the mid 80s, and now we're almost in the 90s. There was a lot of technology changes going on in Japan during that era.
There was, but like I don't think they ever interrupted the making of it until 1990s. So it's the same equipment, the same people. And you have like 3 months of interval between City Hunter 1 to City Hunter 2, and then to City Hunter 2 to City Hunter 3. So there isn't much for you to change the machinery everyone is using because they need to work and finish this series.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, but it was just something I was weirdly paying attention to, and I can't say I was expecting it, but I was like waiting for it.
Maybe when they get to City Hunter 3, we can see more integrated CGI.
Yeah, and maybe
because
like
it's already 90s.
Maybe computers will come into play. Yeah.
But I think it's already from City Hunter 1, everything is already electronically animated. They don't use cells anymore. Since it's 88, it's already, I think it's already PC processed. I'm pretty sure. Yes, of course it is. It's 88.
Yeah, but 88, I didn't think like fully digital. digitalization would
Not
happen
fully,
until
not
like
fully,
90s.
not fully digital, but like the post processing. I think the post processing is already digital in
Could be.
'88 because you don't see like those cell defects from like '85, '86, little specks of grain and dust and hair.
The good old days. The Charge Man Ken days.
Well, a lot of anime from the good old days. Don't let you go even to the good old days. You're gonna go to 87 and you still see those. So that could be one of the reasons also we don't see a huge leap on technology is because they already leaped before doing the first season. There's a lot of reason for them to change the new equipment for new equipment, especially mid-production.
What did you
I'll have
guys
to
think?
look it up, Jude.
Yeah. What did you guys think of kind of the ending, like 3-parter that we got with kind of Rio's backstory and obviously throughout the season there was that what was it? It was a couple episodes where Rio is like waking up unconscious with other women and she's getting mad, but it weirdly kind of goes
Those
into
are the best episodes. When like you don't have a setup, you just kind of throw into it. I think those are definitely the best ones. I liked it better than the first part. When it comes down to like the relationship between Tori and Saiba, right? You have the kiss. I think it's episode 50. Goodbye, Hard-Boiled City. Episode 2 with the atomic bomb in the middle of Tokyo. And the female terrorist being someone who's being like hypnosis being controlled, and not being Tori, and they have a little fight. Tori finally hits a shot. But like you have the kiss and he just shoots the wire. Sam is such a cool guy. Holy shit. Man, he's not being a fucking perfect. He's such a cool character, dude.
I love that fucking thing. He's just sitting there recording. Like, he doesn't move towards the bomber. He's just like, I guess I gotta disarm this thing. Just shoots the fucking bolts off to fucking drop out the controller. Just the wires all spread out. I was like, should cut one of them. Which one should I cut?
Red. White or red?
White or red? White or red? Oh, she's putting a gun to my chest. Fuck it, dude. Yeah, sure, kill me. Do it.
It's so good. And then you have like the little what is it, the age thing. We get the age of Saibariola, the 30-year-old. I mean, he never moves, he doesn't age, he's always 30 years old forever.
True. Giving him a fucking age. Yeah, nah. Like, I don't know, like the especially like the last little episodes and whatnot, and how everything kind of wrapped up. I don't know, like I feel like the backstory to Rio, it's definitely interesting because, like, I mean, it sort of like puts it sort of puts a little in perspective. Like, why is Rio fucking badass? Well, I mean, he's always been a badass after, the fucking plane crashed and his parents died and he was just in some fucking Central American jungle somewhere fucking hanging out with gorillas and shit. Yeah, that explains some things, but at the same time, it's like, it's technically not that much. It's kind of just a tiny bit of info to be like, yeah, this is Rio. Anyways, he is Japanese and he's a full-on pervert.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you want to put it
he
that way.
He doesn't remember anything. It's like, what do you mean he doesn't remember? Yeah, sure. He wasn't a fucking crash, like an aircraft crash. So fucking what?
He doesn't know when his birthday is. Damn, dude, his parents suck.
Yeah, I mean, he knows how to speak Japanese. He knows Japanese. He eventually came back to Japan.
I mean, he wasn't that young either when he fucking ended up in the jungle as well. So, like, the only reason he would,
yeah, he just doesn't know. I was like, oh man, for the first time in my life, I'm seeing both of my parents together. I hope our vacations go super well.
That's gonna be the next fucking plot twist. That was not his parents at all. It was just some randoms they hired in.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past the show.
Well, yeah.
Those weren't
like
actually. Those were
established.
our doubles because we were hunted by assassins by this one king and prince from this country you've never heard of. Oh yeah, okay.
This country that is or isn't on Eastern Europe.
Or it's like
I'm not
south
entirely
of
sure.
Germany, conveniently enough, something weird like that.
This is like the 80s before the Berlin Wall fell. It's kind of a weird place. Yeah, no, I think it's definitely improved. A lot of stories, a lot of characters come in and enrich the story, which was kind of becoming a little bit stale. First season is a lot of episodes, like 51 episodes.
Yeah.
So this one is also 63. And
Yeah, that means we've
kind of
watched over
sort of-
100 episodes of City Hunter for this podcast.
Yeah, so you get to episode 26, and episode 26 is pretty much 77 episodes of the same thing. Yeah, Ryu is cool, and you have like a lot of cool shit he does. Although he drives a Fiat,
He does.
it's a 157 Fiat, which is a really nice car. I almost bought that one, by the way, but it's not enough to get me to understeer and hit a wall.
Oh my
I end
god.
up giving up.
These
There was a guy selling,
Anyways,
there was a guy selling the same car in the same color Rio has. I was like, oh man, should I get it?
Do I want to be
Sure.
City Hunter? Do I want to
Like-
have Mokuri in this Fiat?
Like,
well, he wouldn't.
I can fit a Porsche engine on that thing. Should I do that? Anyway, it doesn't matter. But it's still 70 something episodes of the same thing. With Ryo being a cool guy, it kind of start becoming stale. Then this second part, if we can call it second and third part, let's go with that. Because it's 27 to 63. It starts with message from Akimura, and you kind of learn that Kaori is adopted,
Right.
and it's a major shakeup. And you knew she was adopted and everything else. So it's a major shakeup. It's good. It's good character development for the two of them, the two main characters. And Makimura, which was dead already, but Makimura got a lot of character development in this second part as well,
Yeah, for a dead character.
which is good. It's a good precedent to what's coming, right? Of good character development of something that was becoming very stale. If it was another like 40 episodes of the same thing as the first season, I would have dropped the show.
Yeah,
I like City Hunter. I think I would definitely watch it more, but I don't know how many episodes I could go on watching it. You know, the same thing is like, oh, but there's like this one episode where it's really good because of the interactions between Kaori and Ryo. Ryo did something really cool, like wheeling a car between trucks, and I was like, yeah, but I can go on fucking YouTube, type retro crush, and just watch that scene. Why would I watch 60 more episodes of the same thing? And good, for the love of God, they started with a major shakeup, then introduced a major shakeup to Umibozu.
Oh
with
my god.
Umi-chan.
Umibozu in this entire like half of the season was hysterical. It's
Yeah.
always like between him having a woman try to shoot Ryo with a paint capsule, and then of course things go awry, to Umibozu being a hired assassin for whatever reason, always comes after Ryu but never accomplishes the goal. He always ends up kind of on his side, weirdly enough. Yeah, love Umibozu. Tori, give me your thoughts.
Umi-chan, what a sexy guy.
Well, yeah, Umi-chan
Sexy
is
guy.
sexy. Yeah.
What a sexy guy. Yeah, no, I mean,
Miki-chan
like,
being introduced as a
Miki-chan being
permanent
introduced,
character, which is also a nice major shake-up in the story.
Yeah, we got more
Yeah,
permanent characters, which was nice. Mickey was huge for that.
a lot of people.
And the other,
get switched out.
the other girl, Kasumi, which was, I thought she was going to be just a one-time episode where you need to steal a, what is it? Steal a mirror, and it's actually like this intersected love story of the old woman and the old guy that died. And Kasumi kind of, oh, okay, I'm just gonna stick around and be a part-time job on Cat's Eye Cafe. I was like, oh, dude, Cat's Eye.
Oh, I fucking that was so sad when we got that episode, the first episode, like Umicha, what a sexy guy. Yes, because that's an episode title, episode 39.
Guy, yes.
And it's just when they walk up to the cafe and we just get the shot from inside the glass that just has cats, and I'm just like, no, they're going into the Cat's Eye Cafe. Are we getting a crossover? And then it's not, and I'm just like, oh, god damn it.
I'm glad we all had the same reaction with that. Like, wait, what? Oh, no! Damn it!
At least it's coming. It had to wait all to 2023, but it is coming.
Oh man, yeah. Seeing Ryo Saiba and the women from Cat's Eye, that's just give me that all the time.
I mean,
shove Lupin in there too. Come on, let's go.
I mean, it should happen. I mean, they are canonically in the same universe. They're in the same city. They're literally like, there's a reason why Cat's Eye Cafe is there. Like, they are at the same place. It's not the exact same Cat's Eye Cafe, but like, goddamn,
it's another. It's another establishment. They just open a chain of it.
Man, we should watch more Cat's Eye. That's all I want to do now.
Sadly, there isn't more, but yeah, I mean, there will be more with the Lupin crossover, and then of course, whenever they release the final chapter of City Hunter, then we'll be getting a little crossover there as well. But yeah, I definitely agree with Eki. I think the thing that when I got out of watching this is just kind of like, it's a testament to how good Lupin is, which is weird, because like Lupin has the exact same problem. It could be so stale because it's the same thing over and over, right. But they managed to make it feel fresh. City Hunter does some of the same. I wouldn't say it does it quite as well, but it definitely knows how to shake it up from time to time to be like, oh, okay, I'm interested again. Yeah, I'm locked in again. All right, you had I fell out for a couple episodes there, but then you brought me back in.
Yeah, I think it's those one-off episodes, like with the soba noodle episode and things like that. You're like, it just becomes background noise. You're looking at your phone.
The soba noodle episode was a good episode, JD. How dare you?
I'm just using it as an example of just one-offs, and then when you follow it up with like the Christmas episode, which I keep pointing to, it gets me into
that
it
was
way
a nice.
More.
With the other orphanage, which the guy just
with the
bombs, the bombing, the second World Wars and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, nah. I mean, for me though, like, I mean, I know you said you found it a little weird, but for me, like, I actually enjoyed some of the episodes, like the 19-year-old widow and the girl who got shot, the 12-year-old. Right, because it's like I like the stories there. Right, the 19-year-old widow was interesting, just being like, sort of ignoring the fact that it's a 19-year-old widow. Like the fact, like sort of getting over somebody, right, that you decide to spend your life with, and then they end up leaving this world early and sort of coming to terms with that and getting over it. And I thought that was a nice episode. Then of course, just the 12-year-old who got shot, who ended up like being hunted because she got shot and she lost like her ability to move her legs and shit like that, completely paralyzed from the waist down and whatnot. I really like that episode from a perspective of like Ryo, because it's like we got to see a side of Ryo that you don't see very often. Yes, he's still pervy, but like kind of assuming that role literally as this girl's like superhero. I thought that was nice. And of course, it was funny, the fucking operating scene with the police officer that comes in like, I can do this. This is my only option left. I'm going to threaten the surgeon to change the bullet during the surgery. And then it's just Ryo in there instead. And Nogami. It's just, that was fucking funny as shit. Like, I don't know. It managed to do some like nice heartfelt episodes as well. Again, ignoring the fact that, yes, it did end, especially in the case of the 12-year-old being like, I like this guy. I should marry him. And it's like, the fucking letter at the end. God damn it. Will you wait? Would you wait for someone? Do you have a girlfriend? Would you wait for someone to marry? Are you a lolicon by any chance?
Oh.
It's like, okay, all right. Yeah, it's cool.
There's also so many just serious episodes mixed in this one. You have the So Long My Friend with the other sweeper he worked on the United States, and ends like the 2 episodes ends with a little like draw out, and it's like, oh, he kills the guy. It's like, oh man. But I think it's another princess as well. There's so many princesses.
Yeah. The prince as well, that dude that video has to teach everything. Just teach how to survive. We're going to teach him some manners. Nah, fuck that. I'm going to teach him how to survive on his own in the wild.
How to
Like,
become a
what?
man. And then, well, I mean, at least in the last episode, kind of they explain why he did that.
No, I know.
The only way he
but-
knows technically is like how to learn shit is going to the forest and becoming a narco gorilla guy.
Yeah, no, I know, but it was just kind of funny. It was just like,
The only
Felt
way
there
to
was a better
survive is to
way.
become a Viet Cong.
hell yeah, dude.
Shit. I noticed the strength in the second half of this second part of the season. So like post episode, I don't know, 41. I'll just kind of arbitrarily put it there. That's where this show really went into overdrive with a lot of the deeper plots that continued getting me to watch more often.
Almost. Yeah, I would say like 30. Honestly, 37. 37 is the
37 was what it
Christmas
did for you?
episode.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
37
I guess you're right.
is
It'd be the
the
Christmas.
episode.
I think you're right. I think it'd be the
30,
Christmas
yeah,
episode.
39. 39 is Omi-chan, what a sexy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
41 is the Esper little girl, and like Ryo is terrified of her because he doesn't want her to read his mind. For
Well,
one, whatever he's thinking, too, because of the mockery, and like she kind of like she kind of raids it when he's getting an erection. It's kind of funny. And after the 41, you have 43, which is the mirror episode. So you get introduced to Kasumi,
Yep.
a new permanent member of the team. Let's see. Then you
That is
have
19-year-old
the
widow.
19-year-old widow and the 12-year-old Angel, the 47, the girl who took a bullet to the side.
And Goodbye
After
Hardboiled
that,
City.
Yeah, Goodbye Hardboiled City, which is probably my favorite 2 episodes.
Yeah, so it's like we had like 7 like two episode stories back to back essentially here in that
And then,
moment.
like, just 51, it's kind of a pause. 52, the Kaori sisters come back before going to New York to work, and those 2 are also very good episodes.
all right. You brought up the Magic Mirror episode, I think earlier with so we go from the Esper girl reading him getting erections, and then after that we get into the Magic Mirror one where Kasumi comes in. Kind of just skipped over the part where Ryo is hypnotized to think this fucking dude's package is bigger than his and then he gets into a state where he can no longer get erections.
I love how that was like. I love that was like they spent so much time, but that's just like, all right, I hypnotized him to lose his mockery power, and then because the deal was the deal, he just gets it back by himself. It's just like, you know what?
Yeah,
I've been excited enough now.
I just love this skit. It's like he's going around and he's having the hallucination of people talk to him. He's like, oh yeah, everyone in the city knows that your bokuri is 2 centimeters shorter than that.
Hey, it was 5 centimeters shorter, all right?
Oh yeah,
That's a massive difference.
I mean, the whole concept of those 2 episodes is it's like he has taken my erection. I must defeat him and like other assassins and thieves to get my cock back.
Yeah, you kind of learn that it's a general knowledge on that city that Saitama has the biggest dick. And I was kind of threw
dude,
off. Like,
man, everyone's so mean. Just because there's suddenly one guy who has a bigger dick, everybody just starts making fun of you. Like, come on, man.
I'd rewatch those 2 episodes right now. It's fucking hilarious.
And then it's just like, anyways, yeah, so this is about this old woman who had to forgo her true love to carry on the rules of her family. It's like, yeah, of course.
Yes, exactly. That's what we wanted. But how about this dick?
What else would it be about?
I was just always waiting for a D's nuts joke to go along with all that. I was like, we've already talked about his dick being 5 centimeters shorter and how devastating and life can't go on.
Yep. I love the ending as well when that dude loses and he just comes back. All right, this time I'm going to steal his Mokori power for real. I'll never give it back. And he just runs in and just fucking pulls up the mirror as him hypnotize himself. It's like, I just love that fucking line as well. He's just like, come on, man. You can't expect to get away with doing the same thing like 3 times in a row.
Yeah, you can.
Well, I mean, he couldn't. He fucked up. He just hypnotized himself instead.
Now his dick is 5 centimeters smaller. Oh my god, dying. I'm crying. That's like it gets ridiculous with those things, but I was like, sometimes when they just go full on with shit like that, that's where City Hunter is really, I just so enjoy it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's either really goofy or when he always being like a really cool guy. Or when Kaori gets kidnapped for some reason because she's always kidnapped. And Ryo decided enough's enough and start killing people.
Yeah. I love how they've kind of made fun of Kaori as well in that recap episode with that. It's just like, you always get kidnapped. You always get him into trouble. It's like, I mean, they're not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we could totally do more City Hunter because season 3 is only 13 episodes. Then City Hunter 91 is season 4. That's also only 13. So.
Yep.
Oh, City Hunter: The Secret Service. What are you?
That's a special / movie.
Yeah. Then there's a bunch of specials.
Okay. I see. And then there's like wacky prequels and whatnot.
And then there's Angel Heart, which is a spin-off.
Ooh.
Which is 50 episodes, but you know.
What?
Yeah, it's 50 episodes. I'm 100% watching that once when we have finished 91, because I've been wanting to watch that show for so long.
You've been wanting to wait. Okay, hold on. Where is this?
I discovered. I don't know why. I don't remember why. I just remember coming across like Angel Heart like many years ago, and I thought it sounded interesting. And then I learned that it was a fucking spin-off of City Hunter, and City Hunter was really long, and I was just like, oh man, I'll never watch this. But now I soon can.
This show, okay, is this the one from 2005 I'm looking at? Is that the right one?
Let me just look it up to make sure. Angel Heart. Yeah, I think it is.
Oh my god. All right, hold on. Let's read this really quick. A young Taiwanese assassin, codenamed Glass Heart, committed suicide by jumping off a building, and her heart was pierced by a metal fence. Jesus. Miraculously, her life was saved by heart transplantation. During her recovery, she began to experience strange dreams, which led her to Japan looking for the donor of her heart, who happens to be... No! I don't like that! No! This is terrible news!
I was waiting for that because I knew that was the synopsis.
We have to watch this now.
Right?
All right, hold on. All right, I'm going. It's been decided. All right, City Hunter 3 is gonna be. This is all I'm doing this year. City Hunter 3. City Hunter 91. Oh my god!
I went to the show and I'm reading the synopsis. Oh, what the fuck?
Angel Heart. episodes 1 through 25. There we go. There we go.
That's fucked up.
I'm going. Yeah, it's messed up, but that's what we're doing. Those are my choices for the first half of the year.
How did this woman survive falling from the building, get her heart pierced by a fucking... That's not how fucking biology works.
Well, it does now. That's why we gotta watch. It shares the same characters of City Hunter, but not a continuation. The events are all parallel. Therefore, it has nothing to do with City Hunter. Well, sounds like it sure has a lot to do with City Hunter, but also not.
I mean, like I said, it's a parallel universe, so like whatever happens here has no bearing on City Hunter itself.
Just happening on the same time. So
no music made by TM Revolution. Yeah, this is not City Hunter.
Of course it isn't. It's Angel Heart. Who did Angel Heart actually? Okay, well, it took us a whole as well.
So we're doing a journey just to get to Angel Heart. That's what we're doing.
Pretty much.
Into it.
Same.
Okay. I enjoyed the second half of City Hunter 2 more than the first one. I think the big question to end this episode, this podcast episode is: did we enjoy the entirety of City Hunter 2 more than the first City Hunter season? I think I did.
No, I definitely did.
Oh, I think I enjoyed the first season more than the second one. But the second part is very good. It is on par with the 51 episodes of the first season, but they are attached to the first 26, which are kind of dragging on from the first season anyway. Sure, I still like the first season more. I gave them both the same score, so it doesn't matter at the end, but...
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, I'm still 8 out of 10 for everything across the board.
Because if it was like 30 plus episodes of the same thing I saw in the first 26, then I'll just rewatch the first season. But since they innovated a lot, brought new characters to the mix, Umibozu became such a nice character. I really like him. And I really like his little connection with Mickey. It definitely like what a 12 episode sequence of just bangers really saved the second season for me. So I end up giving up an 8, but overall I still enjoy the first season. You cannot beat the old getting the gun in between Psycho's legs and shooting that grenade in the first season. Or like destroying a tank with a gun. That also, like, you cannot get past that one. But first season is definitely more enjoyable than the second season, but they still comparatively equal in terms of enjoyment.
I don't know about that. Like, for me, I definitely enjoyed the second season more than the first one. I just think there's a bigger emphasis on 2-part stories in the second season, and I like that a lot more. I thought a lot of the, like you said, I thought a lot of the single part episodes on City Hunter 1, like City Hunter 1 is very hit and miss, right? It's fun, but not every episode is fun. So I gave City Hunter 1 a 7, but I gave City Hunter 2 an 8. So I do enjoy this one more.
Okay. So with that episode done, and now we'll be continuing more City Hunter with City Hunter 3 soon. Tori, Hickey, it is your choice for the next episode.
It is.
What are we covering for people to look forward to and maybe watch along?
Hold on a second. Just remember the whole name of it. Mahou Shoujo Lyrical Nanoha from 2004, which is the spin-off of another series, but I don't care about the series. It's a spin-off. It's a spin-off of Triangle Heart.
Wow.
But no one cares about Triangle Heart. No. Everyone cares about Nanoha. So we're just going to skip Triangle Heart and go straight up to Nanoha. Should be a fun little Mahou Shoujo show because, we have such a nice track record of liking Mahou Shoujo.
Of course, yes. good track record of
I don't really ever watch magical girl shows, so I don't know.
that. All right.
I don't know.
Well, this was the end of this episode. Everybody, see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.